Capturing Bravo. UAV online. Losing Charlie. Lost C. Capturing Alpha.
I got shot!
Friendly Shock RC is ready. Heads up team. Enemy UAV spotted. Hunter killed. Enemy Shock RC is coming. Lost B.
Target's in sight!
Taking the lead.
Headshot!
Hey everyone, welcome back to a new Gunsmith discussion. The AK-47 was recently updated with a new magazine attachment called the 5.45 caliber ammo, which was aimed at making the AK-47 better for aggressive gameplay. It reworks the base AK-47 damage profile while giving us faster fire rate, which helps give us a competitive time to kill in close range gunfights. It is a versatile attachment to be using, and I will be showing you a couple AK-47 builds with and without the new mag for both multiplayer and battle royale. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon to get these videos in your notifications so you don't miss out on them. The AK-47 is a 4-shot kill assault rifle, requiring high skill since it relies heavily on getting headshots to achieve a competitive time to kill. It deals 39 damage to the head and 33 damage to the body till 28 meters, giving us a time to kill of 328 milliseconds, which is slower than the average assault rifle time to kill. However, we can get a faster time to kill by getting one headshot, which gives us a 219 milliseconds time to kill, which is tremendously fast. From 29 meters to 35 meters, it deals 30 damage to the head and 25 damage to the body, and headshots are useless now since we need 4 shots to kill either way. From 36 meter onwards, it deals 24 damage to the body and 28 damage to the head, and the shots required to kill become 5 shots now since at this range getting headshots is hard to come by. The reliance on headshots does make it a difficult gun to use since without headshots the time to kill is below average and getting headshots is not easy with people jumping and sliding around. Thus, the 5.45 caliber ammo was introduced as a way to remedy the situation and make the AK-47 viable as an aggressive assault rifle. With the new mag attachment, the damages and ranges get reworked, and the fire rate also gets buffed. The base AK-47 has a fire rate of 548 RPM, and with the 5 caliber mag, the fire rate becomes 711 RPM, which is on the faster side compared to other assault rifles. Now we do 30 damage to the head and 25 damage to the body till 14 meters. Thus, we don't need to rely on headshots since it will be a 4-shot kill anyway, making the gun much more user-friendly. And with the fire rate boost, the time to kill also becomes faster, with the new time to kill being 253 milliseconds, which is similar to the time to kill of the HP RA3 assault rifle. However, the damage does drop off, and from 15 meters to 23 meters, it deals 24 damage to the head and 20 damage to the body, requiring 5 shots to kill the enemy on average, and the damage continues to drop off. Thus, the 5 caliber ammo isn't meant for range fights, rather its prime area of effectiveness is close to mid-range. Okay, before moving on, let's take a quick break. If you have enjoyed the video so far, leave a like and subscribe and press the bell icon to get these videos in your notifications. Help out the channel by sharing the video in your social media and join our Discord server where I share exclusive loadouts. The link is in the description. Thus, for our gunsmith build, I'll start by applying the nose stock and the tactical laser for improving the ADS speed, since the base ADS speed is slow at 18 frames or 300 milliseconds. The combination of these attachments help make the ADS speed faster by 4 frames, while giving us slightly more flinch and vertical recoil. Speaking of recoil, the recoil pattern is primarily vertical and goes straight towards the top, without having much sideways sway. Here I have 20 recoil samples and superimpose the results to get the general pattern of recoil, and we can see the recoil just goes straight upwards, which is really easy to control since we only have to pull down and we can laser with it. Thus, I don't recommend any foregrip attachments. Next, I go into barrels, and I'll recommend all of the barrels except the marksman barrel. However, I'll recommend using the other barrels. The light barrel can be used for making a mobility build, and it makes the ADS speed faster by 3 frames, with the new ADS speed being 15 frames or 250 milliseconds. It also increases the movement speed from 6.48 meters per second to 6.61 meters per second, and the strafing speed also gets increased from 2.11 meters per second to 2.32 meters per second. As for the downsides, the vertical recoil gets increased by 9% and we get worse bullet spread accuracy. Considering the easy recoil pattern, the pros outweighs the cons, and I definitely recommend using this barrel for mobility based build. The other barrel I recommend is the Ranger barrel, and I consider it to be the most usable barrel of them all since we get 14% reduction in vertical recoil, which is quite good to have, thus saving us an attachment slot for a grip, and we also get increased damage range. On the normal mag, it deals 39 damage to the head and 33 damage to the body till 39 meters, which is huge. And when applying the 5 caliber ammo, the 4-shot range goes from 0 meters to 25 meters, which is great, and we can easily play close to mid-range with this barrel. Thus, I highly recommend it, and I'm gonna apply it for this gunsmith build. For the cons, the ADS speed gets slower by 2 frames, and we get a nerf to the movement speed and strafing speed. I'll have the numbers on the screen. The other barrel I can recommend is the extended light barrel, which helps with increasing the range for 1 frame slower ADS speed, but the Ranger barrel is the better option in my opinion. Next, I apply the granulated grip for getting good bullet spread accuracy, since the gun does tend to shake when aiming, and this attachment helps stabilize it. And finally, you have to select the magazine attachment. I either recommend going for the extended mag A for a general AK-47 build, otherwise the 5 caliber ammo for making an aggressive AK-47 build. I have covered build with the normal magazine in my past video, so I would recommend watching it once and see if you like any of the class setups I have shown there. I personally use the same build with both of these mag attachments, thus you can take your pick. For now, I'll apply the 5 caliber ammo and our build is done. This is an amazing and versatile build, and the setup I personally use and the build I'm using in the gameplay. The only concern is the recoil, since we don't have any recoil control attachments. Thus, the granulated grip can be switched to the rubberized grip for getting 14% reduction in vertical recoil, which will help a lot. Otherwise, since the recoil is only vertical, it's really easy to control without needing any recoil attachments. For getting even more recoil control, the nose stock can be removed and the operator foregrip can be applied, which also gives 14% reduction in vertical recoil, and this build will feel like no recoil since we have 3 attachments helping in recoil control. For a mobility based build, switch to the light barrel along with the nose stock, and since with this build we'd be playing close range mainly, the accuracy isn't a concern, so you can invest in recoil control attachments if needed. For a final build with flinch stability, the strike stock can be applied, and we can opt for the rubberized grip or the operator foregrip, and that will finish our class. I would personally suggest using the class I tend to use, as I find it quite balanced between playing range and playing aggressive, and if you want to change something you can change as needed. I don't know anything special when using normal magazine, and keep using the first class I had shown. However, I have made a previous video on the AK-47 which you can watch for more class options using the normal magazine. Coming towards Battle Royale, I don't recommend the 5.45 caliber ammo, mainly because the 30 rounds is quite low and I would prefer having the 40 round extended mag instead. The class I recommend is the one with the strike stock, as the flinch stability greatly helps in Battle Royale, and for some changes, since we have good accuracy, the granulated grip can be switched to the red dot if needed. There aren't too many ways to build a good AK-47 loadout, so test around with what attachments work for you and do share your loadout with me in the comments. The new magazine attachment is really really good for aggressive players and breathes new life into the AK-47. I do recommend it, and I had lots of fun playing with it as well. And with that, our video comes to a close. Hopefully you like this elaborate gunsmith discussion, and if you did, definitely leave a like and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss out on my future gunsmith videos. Share this video around to support the channel and for appreciating my work. I'll see you again soon with a new gunsmith video. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a good day. Take care guys, and bye.
Stealth chopper has been destroyed. Enemy Shock RC is coming. Capturing Alpha.
Changing mag! Cover me!
Objective almost complete. Keep it up.
Enemy contact. I'm hurt!
Keep fighting.
Reload!
Spotted. We're almost there. Keep it up. Losing A.
Reloading!
Following orders.
Changing mag!